Okay, day 3 of the video meme. I'm supposed to talk about my personality on and offline. I already recorded this once, but I went on like an 8-minute rant about politics, which is not helpful. So I'm going to try and avoid talking about politics, except to say that everything about my personality gets set aside when I'm talking to Republicans because they piss me the fuck off. And I don't understand them. Don't understand why anybody besides rich people would vote Republican. It doesn't make sense to me. That being said, I'm a nice person. I really am a nice person. I go out of my way to be nice to just about everybody. I like to think I make the world a better place by being in it. That's what I try to do anyway. Like, I actively work towards making other people's lives better. You know, I try to be a good friend. I'm a really good listener. I give good advice, or so people tell me. Uh, and I want to be a social worker. Like, my life is pretty much geared towards helping people and making other people feel better about life in general. And creative enterprises. But I like to think that my creative enterprises also make the world a better place. Uh, because there's never enough porn in the world, really, is there? There can always be one more erotica story. Why not? Um, no, really, I try to be a decent person, like, as much of the time as possible. And I'm really good at, biting my tongue and not saying anything when people piss me off. I'm really good at faking, uh, faking caring about people who piss me off. But for the most part, I honestly actually do give a damn about the people I talk to. And if you piss me off, you will probably not hear that much from me. Because I go out of my way to avoid people who piss me off as much as possible. Because I have an avoidant personality, and I don't like conflict. And because I don't like conflict, I am also really bad at participating in fandom communities because it doesn't matter what fandom you're a part of, there's gonna be wank, and I fucking hate wank. I hate wank. Really, I can't stand it. Apparently there's some wank going on in Sherlock fandom now. I don't know about it. I don't want to know about it, okay? Leave me out of it. Please. People don't like Irene, whatever. Irene Adler is one of the more badass female characters. If you're gonna cry because there's a romantic implication between her and Sherlock, go cry somewhere else. I don't want to hear it. It doesn't mean he loves John any less, honestly. Or so I will choose to believe. And, if I'm delusional, at least I'm happy, okay? Uh, yeah, deluding myself, telling myself everything is fine and everything is going to be okay. I'm pretty good at that, too. Some people call it optimism, some people, call it deluding yourself. It depends on how I feel, whether I just say I'm an optimistic person, or if I say I'm blindly walking myself into a future that's probably going to suck. But most of the time I just say I'm optimistic, because I'm not depressed anymore. Uh, I'm bipolar, but I haven't had a major depressive episode since, like, 2008, so I'm doing okay, for the most part. Uh, but that doesn't really change online or off. If I'm depressed, I'm gonna make a live journal post about it. And I'm probably gonna tell my friends about it. So everybody who matters ends up knowing eventually. And if you don't know, then you probably don't matter. Sorry. but anybody who cares to know about me really doesn't have to search that hard to find out what's going on in my life, because I post about pretty much everything between Facebook and LiveJournal. If you want to know who I am and what I like and what I get up to, it's all there. Really, I don't have that much to hide. Even if I have to post it under a friends lock, which I post under friends lock maybe like 4 times a year. Really not that often, and mostly only talking about my sex life, which there hasn't been much of up until a couple of months ago, and there still isn't that much of. Hopefully that will change when I get back to college. I would like to have a sex life. It would be nice. But not getting to see my girlfriend very often means that's kind of, not happening. Anyway, my personality. Happy, not happy, but optimistic. Nice. Creative. Creativity is really important to me. I like to write even if I never finish anything, which I haven't finished anything since like May, and it's August, and 3 months isn't the longest I've ever gone without finishing writing something. I've gone a lot longer than that, but I still feel kind of bad when I can't get anything accomplished. And I make podfic to relieve my creative urges when I can't write my own fan fiction. And there are some fandoms I just can't write for because I don't think I'm smart enough. Even though I'm a very smart person. I am a very smart person, I'm not gonna lie. I've always been at or near the top of my class. I'm very book smart. I'm not so common sense smart all the time, but I still give really good advice. And I'm very emotionally savvy. Where was I going with this? Oh, I'm smart, but I'm not smart enough to write Sherlock. You gotta be on the ball to write convincing Sherlock dialogue. And there are some really good writers in the fandom. There are some really bad writers in the fandom. But I have a feeling that I would not be one of the better writers, and I don't want to put myself to the test because I don't like to fail at things. Failure is one of those things that tends to make me depressed. And I just don't put myself in situations where I'm going to be dragged down, and walking into failure is one of those ways I avoid becoming depressed. By just not doing it. So, not that you have to be all that smart to write convincing pornography, which is basically like 85% of what I write, honestly. My mind just tends to go there. I got a dirty mind, really, internets, let me tell you. It's filthy up here. And I have no problems with that, honestly. There are worse things than being dirty-minded. I could be mean. I'm not mean. Okay, I say mean things, like, inside my head sometimes, but I'm not openly mean. Like, I don't say nasty things to people just to make them feel bad. I don't go out of my way to be a troll on the internet. I try to not be a dick, basically, and I think if people just tried to not be dicks to each other, the world would be a lot better place. But people are dicks, and the world kind of sucks. So, I'm doing what I can to make the world suck less. It's not much, but whatever. And that's about 10 minutes. So I'm gonna end this here, and I will see you tomorrow.